Hello! Hi! The video you all have been waiting for. Everything that happened in Bright by Jessica Jung, so you don't have to read it. This has been my most requested video, well before Bright ever came out. And I'm excited to say, here it is! So, I read Bright. I have a review on the book. I also reviewed Shine. And I did this exact video for Shine. That was 2 years ago, but I get to do it again for Bright, which I'm excited to do. Strap in, get comfy. I don't know how long this video will end up being, but I promise it's going to be faster than it would take for you to actually read the book. So don't let the length of the video scare you. I will do my best to be entertaining. I imagine if you're watching this video, that means you liked my Shine video. So. And just like my Shine video, I'm going to pour myself a nice glass. Oh God. Oh no. God damn it. Let's get started. Cheers. Smile, they say. You're living the dream countless girls would die for. Besides, you look so much prettier when you smile. Come on now, softer, sweeter. You don't want to be an ice queen, do you? Get it? Because Jessica's nickname was Ice Queen? Our story takes place 5.5 years after the events of Shine. Rachel is in Girls Forever, and she is feeling quite powerless in the group. Rachel's thinking about how hard these past 5.5 years have been, but how it's all worth it. Specifically, thinking back to the first time a fan ever told her how Rachel has changed her life. This fan being another person who has moved from America to Seoul with the dream of becoming a K-pop idol. When I watch you perform and see you doing what you love, I feel less alone. Like maybe someday I can find my own way to shine. You really changed my life. You have no idea how much this means to me.
Really, it was the other way around. She had no idea what her words meant to me.
Girls Forever have finished the last stop on their tour in Shanghai. And they're at this after party thing. I'm actually not really sure. And Rachel gets approached by someone from SOAR Drama and Entertainment about a radio gig. Rachel, of course, is thrilled at the opportunity, but of course, they need to go through DB Entertainment. Now, quick refresher, if you don't remember, DB Entertainment is this world's SM Entertainment. And Girls Forever is Girls' Generation. I don't know if I actually made that clear, but I assume you can put that together. It exploded on my hand. Speaking of things to remember from book 1, we now get a nice little recap of some of the events that happened and what has happened since then. So remember, there's a big love triangle drama reveal that happened where Jason, Rachel, and Mina were in a love triangle, and it was all arranged by DB Entertainment to help promote Jason's solo career. Jason was the love interest from the first book. Mina was the villain. Mina is in SM Entertainment. DB, she's in Girls Forever. What? Mina is in Girls Forever still, so she's still in this book. Rachel and Mina have since made up. They're not really friends, but they did this thing where the two of them were crying and making up, and it was secretly filmed, and how they would never let a boy get in the middle of their friendship ever again. Back at the party, the girls are all dancing, and then Jason appears! Ah! I can't remember if I actually liked Jason when I first read the first book. I love him now. Oh, I get so excited every time he appears. We get some more info on the two of them and what has happened since. They did try to continue dating after, but it wasn't working out because of their schedules. They eventually broke it off. They're cool as friends. Jason's dating some K-drama actress lady, and they're cool. Cool. They're just friends. And they will stay as friends. There's no love story between them in this book, so if you're looking for that, it doesn't happen. They start chit-chatting. Rachel brings up the executive that just came to her from SOAR, and it starts planting the idea in her head of what is there outside of Girls Forever. And then she wishes to be in love again. fun little piece of information here. We learned about the fandom name of Girls Forever, and it is And Ever. It's actually a really believable fan name. And Jessica wastes no time to start talking about fashion. She loves to talk about fashion. Specifically, airport fashion. And just like flights in general. She talks about how idols get followed to the airport, how fans will even get on the plane, and like she's cool with it because they're usually like cool fans who just like want to be in their presence. But like that is such a weird thing. And I don't know if I would want to like say that's an okay thing or that you're cool with it in this book. I would probably want to emphasize that that's like not a chill thing to do. But she seems okay with it as long as you don't make it weird. But the airport fashion. Airport fashion is a big deal in Korea. There are entire Pinterest boards and Instagram accounts dedicated to K-pop airport fashion. And I know that among those photos, mine circulate widely. The rest of the girls look nice, but no one puts in as much time as I do in styling my outfits. I basically treat the airport like a runway. Yes, Rachel loves fashion. So they are back from Shanghai. The girls go into their dorms. Rachel, the author, gives us some kind of like tea. I forget why this happens. We get a little insight about this lawsuit that happens. And it's between NNG, which is a former subunit of a group called Royal Blue, who were in DB Entertainment. So they sued DB Entertainment about the 13-year contract, which is why it's now a 7-year contract with an optional 3-year extension. And if you remember from the first book about the optional 3-year, really you sign the 3-year when you sign the 7-year. So it's not really optional. And if that sounds familiar, it's because it happened in real life. This is a real thing that happened. Suddenly, Rachel is spotted on the Instagram page of Nell Kramer, and it is her airport fashion, with the caption being an invitation to a Paris fashion show. Ooh la la. Rachel asks Mr. No if she can go, and he's cool with it. Reminder, Mr. No is Isuman. During this meeting with Girls Forever, Mr. No also informs them that the group is going to be on this reality show thing called 1, 2, 3, Win! And it's going to be a competition show between them and some other girl groups. One of the groups is this group called Teen Valentine, which means nothing to you for now. And another group being Say Go, which is DB Entertainment's newest girl group that has Leia in it, which is Rachel's younger sister. So that is Crystal. This group is FX. A special thing to point out here is that before the meeting, Rachel overhears Mr. No and the other executives talking about a Vogue photo shoot. And she's hoping that it's going to be with Girls Forever or possibly her. She brings it up and he's like, nope, I don't know what you're talking about. Don't worry about it. There's no Vogue fashion shoot. Nope. The whole thing was kind of weird, but I promise it's gonna come back. They are in Singapore to film 1, 2, 3, Win, and she sees Leia. Cool, yay, sisters. Mina and Lizzie kind of like really hate Leia. Is Leah or Leia? I said whatever. Mina and Lizzie really don't like Leia. Rachel thinks it's because Lizzie has been trying to get her younger sister into DB Entertainment for years, and DB Entertainment's been like, nah. Mina probably hates Leia because Leia debuted really fast. Akari from book 1 appears because she is a member in Teen Valentine. That's the only thing you need to know about Teen Valentine. Remembering back to the first book, Akari was Rachel's friend when they were trainees. And then Rachel kind of ditched her to be with Jason. And then at the end, Akari just got traded to a different company. And like Rachel wasn't really there for her. So Rachel feels really guilty and she wants to apologize to Akari while they're filming, but doesn't get the opportunity. The groups compete. Mina's competitive. Girls Forever wins. Woo! Cool. They get the night off to chill and relax and jacuzzi. And while they're jacuzziing, they're talking about their future. And Mina brings up how Rachel's been writing songs, much to Rachel's surprise. You know, I actually admire your hustle and independence.
Wait, is Chumi not complimenting me?
I mean, Paris, a solo album? You're so active about going after what you want. And bringing up the phrase solo album is it's a big no-no. Launching a solo career is often like pulling a Jenga block. That one missing piece can send the whole tower crashing down. Rachel laughs it off, tells them it's just a hobby and don't worry about it. Rachel then goes back into her room, in which Leia, her sister, sneaks in, and they decide that they're gonna sneak out. They go shopping. While shopping, Rachel sees this very expensive Balenciaga bag. Ooh, she wants it, but she can't have it. I know that sounds like such a stupid thing for me to bring up, but I swear to God, this bag has a whole subplot of its own, so put a pin in that. After some shopping, Leia goes back to practice with her group, and we get messages from the Cho twins. They're more characters to remember from book 1. They were Rachel's best friends growing up, and they're rich. Joo-hyun is now a full-time beauty vlogger YouTuber, and Hyeri is now working for Molly Folly, which is their parents' company. And Hyeri is married to Daeho from Next Boys. That was a romance side story in the book 1. Shine. Yeah. The twins are texting Rachel, and they tell her that she should meet up with their friend Alex. And Rachel's like, oh yeah, I know Alex. She's a really chill girl. So yeah, I'll go meet her. She goes to take the train, and while she's getting on the train, her bag gets stuck. Oh no. Keep in mind, this is not the bag I was talking about from before. This is just her normal bag, not the expensive bag, because she didn't get the expensive bag. She's trying to pull the bag out. She yanks it and falls onto the lap of Cute Guy. That's right, not a cute guy. Cute Guy. Capital C, capital G.
My face, I can tell, is turning beet red, and my mind is screaming with the chaos of thoughts, such as, what is the appropriate apology for lap sitting, and this is why I never take the metro, and is he really wearing Hermes loafers with no socks, and why do I find that hot?
And he's cool about it. Don't worry about it. Actually, you did me a favor. I did? Yeah. My mom's always been saying that the perfect girl isn't just gonna fall into your lap. Now I can prove her wrong. Rachel can't tell if the guy is flirting or if she is just totally thirsty in her sad love desert. She goes to the cafe where she is supposed to meet Alex, but instead walks in Cute Guy. Cause Cute Guy is Alex. Dun dun dun! They chat and do cafe things, and apparently these two went to the same elementary school. Because sure, while they are talking, a girl comes up and asks for a picture with Rachel, which Alex is so confused by, and she tells him that she's famous. After a while, Alex tells her that he has to go hang out with some friends and invites Rachel to come along. I'm supposed to meet some friends. Do you want to join? They're cool, I swear. They're not a bunch of grandpas like me.
If you're a grandpa, you're the sexiest grandpa I've ever seen.
She wants to say yes, because she's really enjoying her time with Alex the Cute Guy / sexy ankles / hot grandpa. But she remembers that fan that just walked up to her, and she doesn't want to risk a rumor. So she just gets his number and dips. He escorts her back to the hotel. She sees the bag again, and he's asking her what's so special about this bag? She gets back to the hotel, telling herself how love and K-pop simply do not mix. They'll just be friends, right? Right? It's the next day, and Sunhee from Girls Forever informs Rachel that Girls Forever is blowing up on Reveal. Reveal is this universe's dispatch, I guess. Ari, Jiyoon, and Sumin from Girls Forever all got photographed with 3 mysterious men. Which, of course, everyone's thinking that those are their boyfriends. Which, yes and no. One of those men is Jiyoon's boyfriend, while the other 2 are his cousins. DB Entertainment is trying to get rid of the rumor, and they tell Jiyoon that she has to break up with her boyfriend. And she is distraught about it. The whole thing is a wake-up call to Rachel, so she tries to forget about Alex and go back to her K-pop life. We're back in Korea, and Rachel and Leia get called into Mr. No's office because The fans loved them together on 1, 2, 3 Win and are getting offered their own reality show, as well as an album. And I know I just said Rachel is going to forget about Alex, but no, they're still texting in very weird, flirtatious ways that I really don't need to read about. But we get to read all their conversations. The cucumber hate returns. Why? Why? This was such a random thing in book 1, and I had to point it out because I love cucumbers, and Rachel, Jessica, whatever, hates cucumbers. I just think that's so weird. But Alex loves them. So, maybe he's not a bad guy after all. Rachel is feeling inspired to write some songs, so she goes to her handy little blue book thing where she writes her songs and notices that pages have been ripped out and there's like purple nail polish everywhere on it. She goes out into the main room and confronts the girls who honestly just do not give a fuck about it. But Rachel does spot Ji-yoon has some purple nails. Ji-yoon goes to cry and Rachel forgives her. It was probably an accident anyway. Spoiler, we actually don't know if this was like really an accident or not. That actually never gets revealed. So that's not really something that like really comes up. Like kind of does, but it really doesn't. Rachel and Mina then have like this kind of like bonding moment. They empathize with each other and then they just start like singing one of Rachel's songs and they're like harmonizing and stuff. And they're both just like, whoa, we sound bomb together. Maybe a subunit for them? I don't know. It's another day and the girls are opening fan mail talking about how there's like this one like creepy guy who has been sending idols like portraits made out of chewed gum. Ew. And then they see Rachel has like a big box. So everyone's intrigued. And I'm gonna give you a multiple choice quiz right now of what you think is in the box. Is it A, a chewed gum portrait of her? B, something that's totally irrelevant to anything in this book? Or C, that expensive Balenciaga bag that I told you was really important and that you should remember? Yep, it's that expensive bag from Singapore. The perfect blend of soft and strong for the woman who is the same. I bet you can't guess who sent it. It's Paris time! Because remember, she got invited to a fashion show in Paris from like that Instagram post. This is it, Paris! Ho ho ho! She goes to the show. She gets to meet Nell Kramer. Rachel gets dressed for the after party, but is in dire need of some tape for her boobs. She is unable to get tape, but got like this really cheap sticky bra. She is at the party and she is talking to someone from Elle, and she starts noticing that the tape is untaping. She finishes up her conversation, and that is when she meets her savior, Maxwell Lee Harris, who is a photographer from Vogue who happens to have some boob tape on him and gives it to her, saving the day. He then brings up how bummed he was that she turned down the Vogue editorial that he was going to photograph. But this is news to Rachel. She wasn't offered a Vogue editorial thingy. But she remembers how she vaguely heard Mr. No talking about a Vogue photo shoot. But before she could think about it too much, that's when Carly Mattson walks in, who is from her favorite girl group growing up, Bedazzled. I mean, this is flippin' Carly Mattson. Who can forget her legendary appearance at the VMAs, where she cut her hair 3 times for 3 different outfits? Well, Carly is leaving the party, so nothing comes from this. For now. The twins are here, and they want all the tea on Alex. And according to the sisters, Alex is like a fashion investor, which is news to Rachel. She had no idea because a lot of their flirting is about how like bad Alex is with fashion. In her last day in Paris, she goes to this little cafe thing to, write some songs, but she finds that she's not writing songs, but sketching some fashion. And then a man's shadow lingers over her. It's Alex! Rachel shows him her sketches, and they talk about the possibility of her even starting her own line. They spend the day being all datey and gross. They have this like weird multiple choice, like flirty thing that they keep doing. And then Rachel has her own little multiple choice in her head.
Should I kiss Alex? A. Go for it. B. No way. What if someone sees? Don't be reckless. C. Besides, are you really ready to make a romantic connection? D. But what if I just kiss him?
And then they have this moment where their like hands brush, and it's like, oh, are we gonna hold hands? And then he just like flats out asks. So they're holding hands. Mm-hmm. They go to this fancy dinner that Alex made reservations for, except it's not for the two of them. In walks Carly Mattson, because Alex apparently works for her husband, because her husband has like a sport brand or something. So the two of them have dinner together, and Carly is like, girl, you just gotta make the jump into fashion. I know it's hard, but you can do it. But then Rachel is like, but I can't leave girls forever. They're my sisters. After dinner, Rachel goes back to the hotel and meets up with Alex to hang. How about a walk? Or option B, you're exhausted from traipsing around with me all day, and you just want to say goodnight now so you can flop into bed. No. Option C, none of the above. Alex is confused, but before he can say anything, Rachel kisses him. We're back at the dorms in Korea, and Rachel finds out that Eunji in the group has the Vogue editorial, the first of a K-pop idol. And then she finds out that Sunhee is doing the radio gig from Soar. Well, this is all sounding very familiar. Rachel arranges a meeting with Mr. No and says she wants to start her own fashion line, and she'll even give them royalties. And Mr. No's like cool with it. He tells her that he wants it to stay in DB, and she's like, nah. But then he's like still cool with it. She goes back to the dorm and informs the girls about it, and like some are supportive and some are not, but she assures them that Girls Forever is her #1 priority. Rachel has decided that her fashion line is going to be a line of bags. And then we get some drama. So Youngin in Girls Forever, her family runs like a cafe. And DB was telling them how there's going to be legal issues if they don't stop selling these little cake pops that are designed like Girls Forever light sticks. And then Youngin asks if she can do a YouTube channel where she bakes and stuff. But DB's like, nah, because there's been no precedent of that. And she's like, but there's been no precedent of DB idols having a fashion line. But then DB's like, nah, but we've had DB idols sell merch. So there is a precedent. Rachel and Leia are filming their reality show. Rachel learns that her dad, who, if you remember in book 1, was like becoming a lawyer, and then the end he like gets like put into working with Mina's dad, and it was like a big like, oh no kind of moment, but like nothing really comes of that. So like now he's gonna be like working for like this athletic thing, this boxing thing, which is like really cool, because if you also remember from book 1, he like owned a boxing gym thingy, but Rachel had no idea about it. While they're also on their break, Leia sees an Instagram post from the 8 other Girls Forever members saying how they're like ready to practice. And Rachel's like, what? We don't have practice today. So she calls up her manager and she's like, is there a scheduled practice? And he's like, no, nothing on scheduled. So if there is one, they organize that themselves. Rachel, of course, is going to go because she's never missed a practice in her life. So she has Leia distract everyone while she goes to practice. Turns out it was Lizzie who organized the practice. And if you remember, Lizzie does not like Rachel or Leia. She does the practice. She goes back and does her sister reality show and album stuff. And then she gets back to the dorm and realizes the Balenciaga bag is missing. Distraught, she calls up Alex for comfort. And he mentions that he's got some connections with Lane Crawford and can get her a meeting with them in a few weeks. She would, of course, have to go to Hong Kong, who notoriously have, like, insane paparazzi. She's feeling better, but she's still upset, so Alex tells her that he's going to reserve a hotel room for her to sleep in so she doesn't have to stay in the dorms that night. And in that moment, Rachel realizes that She loves him. It's been 2 months. During a costume fitting the next day, Rachel confronts Lizzie to try to make things cool, but she does this in the worst possible way. Hey, I was just wondering how Esther is. I know how hard it can be to be away from your sister. Oh, you know what it's like? That's funny. I could have sworn you were the one who got to spend 14 hours a day with your sister every week filming a reality show. Or go back even further, I thought you were the one who got to live at home with your sister instead of moving into the trainee house. I do not know why she thought that was a good idea. Suman also kind of informs Rachel on the side that Lizzie's parents are splitting up, which adds to Lizzie's aggressiveness. The girls are all chit-chatting, and Rachel brings up her bag, asks if anyone's seen it. Everyone's like, nah, we don't know about your bag. Mr. No asks if he can see Rachel, and Rachel walks into the room, and she can immediately tell by the air it's a bad aura. There's something wrong. Also, remember how last night Rachel went and just slept in a hotel? Yeah, she got caught from someone in the hotel, and everyone thinks she's got a secret boyfriend. And she's like, no, I promise I don't. But by the way, I have this opportunity with Lane Crawford in Hong Kong. Could I go to that? And Mr. No's cool with it. She lands in Hong Kong. Alex is there to pick her up. They do some smooching. And then they spot paparazzi. And they go into this high-speed car chase. But Alex was prepared. And he got some of his friends to block them off. Epic and cool. I guess I don't know if I said this, but Alex is in Hong Kong. Alex works and lives in Hong Kong. They make it to his place, and he gets on with this big video call with his family for his grandma's birthday. And he pulls Rachel in, and he introduces her to everyone as his girlfriend, which Rachel is first and then second she's like, oh my gosh, what if someone leaks that? But he's like, no, it's cool. After the call, though, Rachel leaves because she needs to focus on work, not Alex. Rachel is going to have her meeting with someone from Lane Crawford, and she's studied up on this person. She is ready. And at the last minute, Alex is like, yeah, I'm not going to be there. But she's like, what? And then she gets in the meeting, and it's a different person than she was expecting. She's like, oh no. She chokes. She just absolutely chokes the meeting. And now we're back in Seoul doing some Girls Forever stuff. And the girls are getting ready to go to Mina's premiere for her K-drama or movie or something. Alex video calls Rachel, tells her that he's going to be in Seoul in a few weeks and that he has not heard back from Lane Crawford yet. We're at the premiere, and Rachel runs into that faux photographer that saved her boobs earlier in this book. He's all excited, and he wants to get a picture of her and Jason and the lead actor of this drama thing, Song Gung-woo. So she gets her picture, and she can tell that the Girls Forever members are not cool with it. Especially Mina, Lizzie, and Eunji, who are pissed. Especially Eunji. And before Rachel can try to fix things, the 8 members walk into the movie without her. At the after party in the bathroom or something, Rachel meets up with Eunji and tries to figure out what's up. And that's when we figure out that Eunji is actually dating that K-drama dude, Song Gung-woo, or whatever his name was. Eunji is upset. She's like, I'm going to call things off, especially after she saw the way that he was flirting with Rachel and putting his arm around her for that picture. Rachel's like, no, don't worry. I have a boyfriend. Don't see how that's gonna backfire. Eunji is really giddy at this news though. And it's oh my god, we should go on double dates. Which I don't know how that's gonna work when you have one of the most famous actors and 2 girls from the most famous girl group. But they do it. They do go on the double date when Alex comes to Seoul. And they do this whole secret maneuvering, and everything seems to have gone okay. As Alex and Rachel leave the date, Alex lets Rachel know that he heard back from Lane Crawford, and it is a go. They want her to design 18 more bags which is a lot because Rachel only had 6 bags designed and they want this in like a really short amount of time. They smooch some more. Mm-hmm. The next day at the dorm, Rachel notices that Eunji is missing. Ooh. And she then gets a text from Mr. No telling her to meet him immediately. Ooh. She gets to his room, sees Eunji there. They know. Yeah, there are a ton of photos of Eunji and her boy, but coincidentally, none of Rachel and Alex. So Rachel and Alex are cool. Reveal promises not to share all the photos if they are the ones allowed to spill the news about Eunji's relationship with the K-drama guy. Eunji also gets told that this campaign that she was going to do got word about this relationship and they pulled out. And so she's mad and she starts pointing the fingers, be like, what about Rachel? Huh? She was there too. But since there are no photos of Rachel, she just gets a warning. This is so fucked up. We were both out with our boyfriends last night. How come you get to get away with it and I don't? Why does nothing bad ever happen to you?
Is that what she thinks? That nothing bad ever happens to me? It's true. I've been very fortunate and I'm grateful for all the opportunities I've been given, but it's not like I'm just waltzing through some picture-perfect life.
Tensions are high amongst the Girls Forever members. We're now at this like joint concert thing. Think of like the Dream concerts, probably the best description I can think of. And it's run by Mnet. Like literally, it says that, which is like weird. I didn't expect that kind of name drop. But at this concert, Rachel spots Mr. No whisper yelling at some people. And she like kind of creeps in. She listens in. So the tea is that N and G, so if you remember, they are like the JYJ of this universe, the lawsuit people, they're at this concert and Mr. No is like, no. Mr. No is, no, they can't perform. If they perform, I'm pulling all of my groups out of this. And they finally are like, okay, fine. Which like, okay. The girls take the stage and during their bombastic costume change moment and strutting out, Rachel feels this a huge pain in her foot because Eunji just steps on it. Was it on purpose? We literally actually don't know. We'll never know. Rachel doesn't go to the after party. She just goes straight home. She finds out she has like all these missed calls from her dad. And she hears that her family have moved. They're just like now living like right down the street from her, which like, whoa, that's crazy. So she's going to go hang out with them. Also, I don't think I mentioned this, but Leia actually does not live in the dorms. She lives with the family still because Rachel was like, don't do it. Like stay with family, live with them if you can. So they got some like special arrangement because of course they did. Rachel gets a tour of her family's new place. She really wants to move in. And she goes back to the dorm and she tells all the members the news. Hi, girls. Good morning. Looks like someone had a late night. Did you get drunk at the after party and hook up with someone at the hotel? Come on, Mina. Give Rachel some credit. She would never do that to her boyfriend. Dun, dun, dun. Rachel admits that, yes, she has a boyfriend, but that's not who she was with last night. She was with her family. And in fact, she's going to move out and go live with them. And like, there's of course some jealousy with that, you know, being so close to family, getting to live with them and having a boyfriend. Girl gets it all, man. She's already starting to pack up. Her and Eunji make up. And then she notices the bag is back. Yeah, that expensive bag. It has returned and it's like slightly damaged. Which, ooh, no. Rachel goes to the living room demanding to know what happened and no one speaks up. And we'll never know. We will never know what happened to that bag. That is the end of the bag. Shy Guy, you are wiping your butt on the carpet. Can you not do that? Tabloid stories everywhere about Rachel moving out of the dorm. And what does this mean for Girls Forever? But to be honest, the move has actually been pretty good for everyone The girls are getting along better. Rachel gets more time to hang out with their family, and she's working on her bags more. Rachel then gets a text from Eugen, who is from the first book, and she was like a trainee mentor for Rachel. She had a way bigger part in the first book. She's like not in this at all. But she asked Rachel that they should like meet up. They're chit-chatting, they're catching up. Eugen does warn her, there's a lot of danger with the animosity and the jealousy within the group. But Rachel's like, no, it's fine. Everything's fine. We're all good now. And Eugen gives her the idea to throw a party for the 6-year anniversary for Girls Forever. And Rachel's like, yeah, I'm going to do that. So she does it. It's the night of the party. Rachel sends off her 18 bags to Lane Crawford, and she goes to the party. At the party, the girls are all reminiscing about their past years as Girls Forever. Lizzie and Youngun drop the news that they too are going to move out and live with their families, thanking Rachel for being the first one to kind of initiate that. And Rachel gifts them all bags from her upcoming collection, and all the bags are like inspired from like important moments of her career or something. Sure. It's launch day and everyone's loving the bags. Everything's going great for Rachel. Her fashion's going good. Girls Forever got their 6-year anniversary. She's living with family. She's got a boyfriend. But life's also really busy for Rachel. She's doing her fashion stuff for her line, Rachel K. Rachel does a 1-day trip out to Shanghai for the opening of her collection at a Lane Crawford store. And the reason this has to be a 1-day trip is because Girls Forever is prepping really hard for this LA concert. And it's very important. Very important. While back, the girls all go to Youngun's family cafe. Rachel's a little bit late, and Youngun is really pissed about that because Rachel is just always late. She's getting some snarky comments from the girls. So your fashion line won't affect your commitment to the group at all, huh? Yeah, I can totally tell. Rachel goes to the bathroom to kind of hide out a bit. And then when she comes out, she can hear some of the girls shit-talking to her a bit. And then that's when Lizzie's like, hey guys, I have a plan. And then they like whisper some secret plan that Rachel can't hear. Rachel gets a phone call from some British woman who works for Carly Matson's husband's activewear brand, clothing line thing. And they want her to do a photo shoot as well as maybe like a solo fan meeting thingy. And it's in Switzerland. The problem is it's very close date-wise to the LA concert, but Mr. No's cool with it if Rachel can handle it. Rachel drops the news to the members, and they're like suspiciously chill about it. Rachel's manager gives her some of the dirt about what's happening and how the girls and their parents had a meeting with Mr. No about Rachel's fashion line and how like blindsided they were by it. Was this Lizzie's plan? After practice, Sunny tells Rachel that she should come by the dorm, so Rachel showers up, she heads over, and she walks in, and everyone's like arms crossed, like it's like an intervention. They tell her how they think she is no longer committed to the group and how she should put the brand on hold at least until the contract expires with DB Entertainment. And Rachel says she'll think about it. It's the day for Rachel to fly off to Switzerland. Leia even notices how stressed Rachel is, and like that just like breaks Rachel. She just starts crying. But she gets on the plane and she reads an interesting headline. Rachel Kim, mysterious man exposed. For months, netizens have been speculating about the existence of a possible secret boyfriend for Girls Forever lead singer Rachel Kim. Between her sudden and unexplained Seoul hotel stay this spring to rumors that she was also in attendance at that dinner date that exposed groupmate Shin Eunji and boyfriend Song Go-woo, there have been several clues pointing towards Rachel Kim having someone special in her life. But Rachel has yet to be photographed with any male suitors. So if there is a mysterious man, who is he? Well, after receiving an anonymous tip from a close source, we believe that Rachel's secret beau just might be Korean-American business mogul Alex John. Rachel's stands have placed Miss Kim and Mr. John in the same cities at the same time on several occasions. Singapore during Rachel's filming of 123 Win, Paris during her Nell Kramer fashion show appearance, and Hong Kong during her Lane Crawford fashion line meetings. It's worth noting that Mr. John's company is a known investor in Miss Kim's Rachel K fashion line, but while no photo evidence exists to confirm whether their business relationship has turned romantic, our anonymous tip assures us that is indeed the case. What do you think, netizens? Could this Alex John be the mystery man of Rachel's dreams? Uh-oh. Rachel gets to Switzerland and is just completely exhausted. And then in her hotel room, she hears some knocking from inside the room. Yeah, Alex is just in the closet waiting for her. This is the first time they're seeing each other in months. Alex has read the news and he agrees, to keep things discreet. Sunny reaches out to see if Rachel's feeling okay. She's been seeing some forums. She's seen some forums discussing Alex and Rachel's relationship. And Sunny in this book is painted out to be the one member of Girls Forever who's really especially kind to Rachel. Rachel goes to her photo shoot. She sees Alex there and notices he's got big black circles under his eyes and his dimple is not showing. Poor Alex. Rachel's kind of choking her photo shoot. She has to ski for it and she ends up wiping out, hurting her ankle. Everything's falling apart. But Carly is so supportive of her. Alex ended up having to leave the photo shoot early for some work stuff, but they're going to meet at some fancy restaurant later, which is Rachel's so excited for, because then they can actually meet and talk about everything that's happening. Rachel's all stressed out about picking an outfit for her dinner date. She gets a phone call from her mother. Rachel just starts breaking down. She's crying. She just knows Alex is the one. The world is out to get them. Blah, blah, blah. I just simply do not care. Sorry, that was a bit uncalled for on my end. She finally picks her outfit, though. She goes to dinner. Things are a bit awkward. She finds out that the reason Alex left was because he's been dealing with all of the news about him and Rachel dating. And he confesses his love to her. And Rachel hits him back with the, I love wine. But it's cool. It's not awkward or anything. Rachel tells him about the ultimatum that Girls Forever approached her with. And he's you gotta stop following the rules, man. Just do what makes you happy. And then they go back to the hotel and boink. Rachel gets back to Seoul. She immediately goes to the dorm, confronts the girls while they're eating breakfast, saying, I will continue my fashion line. I'm not leaving the group. And me and Alex will go public when we're ready. The girls do not take this well, and Rachel storms out. Rachel takes a nice little relaxing break at Jeju Island for a few days with Alex. The LA concert is in 2 days. She goes to practice. She's 2 minutes late. She gets scolded by the girls because she's just always late. And their practice is a huge mess. Girls are just bumping into each other. Vibes are off. It's disastrous. During a break, Rachel overhears Mina and her father talking. And Mina's father, if you remember from the first book, is really tense, which is partially why Mina is so tense. But he's yelling at her because she has an eyeliner brand that she's starting and it got accused of some plagiarism or it's similar to another brand. And he's this would never happen to Rachel Kim. After practice, Rachel goes back to her house. She's lying in bed. She's looking at Snap Map, which tells you other people's locations or something. And she likes to do it sometimes to see Alex's location because it reminds her that, they're really not that far apart. But while she's doing that, she notices that the 8 other members of Girls Forever are all together. And it looks like they're at DB Entertainment at the headquarters. But they could also just be at a bar. Who knows? Rachel ends up going to sleep. She wakes up the next day to a text message from Mr. No saying, urgent, Head to DB headquarters now and bring your mother. Rachel's freaking out, thinking that it's going to be about Alex, which I don't know why that's where her mind would go. Because one, I don't know why that would be why they would ask for her mother when like the other girls' moms didn't have to come. And like, there's been a whole article on Alex and like nothing came from that. I don't, I don't understand how she didn't get in trouble once like that happened. Maybe it's because there's no photographs, but whatever. Rachel will not let DB break them up. It's her and Alex against the world. Her words, not mine. Rachel and her mother arrive at DB Entertainment. There's a bunch of executives in the room. And that's when Mr. No tells her she will no longer be a member of Girls Forever. Yes, she is terminated from the group. However, she is still under contract with DB Entertainment for 4 more years. Confused, Rachel asks why. Why is this happening? And he lets her know that it's because of the group mates. They all 8 came to him last night, said that they were blindsided by this fashion line, and they will not do the LA concert if Rachel is there. Rachel is distraught. She's betrayed. An ultimatum. The exact same move they tried to pull with me. And when that didn't work, they went behind my back to strike a deal with DB, leveraging themselves, just like Mr. No leveraged all the DB groups against N and G. I suddenly remember the snap map. The girls were all together at DB headquarters last night. I can't believe while I was lying in bed, they were here, putting an end to my career, destroying our sisterhood. I think of all the times I explained away the girls' actions, to Alex, to Leia, and to myself. I tried to give them the benefits of the doubt, to see things from their point of view. And now, I'm not sure if that was just incredibly naive or if deep down, I saw the writing on the wall and just couldn't admit it. But no, I don't accept that. There was no writing on the wall. Not for something as bad as this. There's no way I could have ever expected it. It's unprecedented, unheard of, and profoundly cruel. My fists tightened, nails digging into my palms. I pushed down my emotions, the hurt, the sadness, the rage, and instead morph into survival mode. I adjust the sleeves of my pink power blazer and looked at Uma and let her presence give me strength. I need to channel her. I need to be practical about this. I called Girls Forever my sisters. Even with all the petty jealousies and bickering, I never, ever thought they would turn on me like this. It's been clear from Mr. No's facial expressions from the moment I walked into this room that he doesn't want to be doing this, but he feels like he has to. He's trying to reassure me with his words, but they feel like empty promises. Yep, she is kicked out. Gonzo. Boo. Out of the group. It's the day of the LA concert. DB announced that Rachel will be sick and that's why she's not at the concert. But Rachel is at home. Her and her family are trying to figure out what to do. They want her to like speak her truth, but she's hesitant because she knows what can happen if you do that. But then she does that. She goes to Instagram and writes her truth. My dearest and Evers, I am devastated. Serving as a member of Girls Forever has always been my priority and the true love of my life. But now, for no justifiable reason, I am being forced out. ... It's been 3 days since Rachel posted her Instagram thingy. DB announced that, yep, she left the group, chose fashion over K-pop. Alex is being called the Yoko Ono of K-pop. DB also announces this new subunit called LM, which is Lizzie and Mina. And the title track sounds very familiar because it is that song that Rachel and Mina were singing that one day in the dorm. And in fact, all the songs on the album sound familiar because they're all songs from Rachel's blue songwriting book thing that got destroyed way earlier in the book. I don't know if that happened within 3 days. Now that I'm thinking about that. Huh? Something's off. Rachel doesn't know what to do. Should she tell more of her story? Who would even believe her? And then she hears a voice tell her to put the phone down. It's Akari! Akari's back. Remember her trainee friend who's in Teen Valentine? She's here. Akari's here for support, tells her that she knows exactly what Rachel's going through because before debut of Teen Valentine, Akari at the last minute got cut from the group. But then her mom went to the company and like begged for them and even agreed to pay for like any plastic surgery. And then Akari talks about the insecurities of the plastic surgery that she's gotten and how traumatic it's been, and how when she looks in the mirror, how she doesn't recognize herself, how hard that was for a while, but like everything got better in the end. And now she's doing great. And that's going to be the same for Rachel. She knows what it's like to hit rock bottom because of the industry, but it will all be fine. Rachel gets a phone call from Carly Mattson asking if everything's okay and that she needs to prepare for her solo fan meeting thing. Because yes, that's right. Carly Mattson still on board with Rachel. Alex arrives. Him and Rachel leave. Paparazzi everywhere. But she doesn't care. It's him and Alex against the world. She tells him she loves him, and then they kiss in front of everyone. It's time for Rachel's solo concert fan meeting thing, and she's scared that no one's going to be there now that she's no longer part of Girls Forever. But she goes out and she sees thousands of fans who are there for her. Alex has moved to Seoul. Rachel's continuing her fashion stuff. She has been in contact with none of the members from Girls Forever since leaving or being kicked out. She thinks about her fans and how much she loves them and how that they're always there for her, even in her darkest moments. Then suddenly she gets the mysterious anonymous text. Don't think this is over. There are still scores to be settled. I'd watch my back if I were you. P.S. Doesn't your little sister still work with DB? She better watch her back too. But like, she gets these messages all the time, so like, I'm sure it's nothing. She goes back to thinking about her fans, and then bam! Inspiration strikes, and she starts to write a song about them and how her fans shine brighter than any star. That's the book. That is everything that happened in Bright. I don't actually know how to wrap up this video. So, yep, let me know if you made it this far. So what are your thoughts on the story? I don't know if this has any kind of sequel. That like weird anonymous texting at the end was like a weird like, oh, there could be something more. I don't think there's going to be any more to the story. I kind of hope not. I mean, if there is anything that comes from this, I'm sure I'll make a video on it. Yeah, comment below your thoughts. Did you read the book and still watch this for some reason? Not to judge you. I'm shocked. Thank you so much for watching, especially if you made it this far. This was a very long video to make, and I am happy that you watched it. I am gonna go. Have a lovely time of day whenever you are. Mwah. Bye!